Hey guys, so you're gonna notice that I put on a quick picture of what we're doing today. For some reason, Facebook will not switch the thumbnail for me. So I worked around that. So I can switch back and forth between here's what we're making today and here's the regular screen that we normally use, and this is where you're gonna see everything being created. So if you're just wondering why it looks like we're making color bombs today again, we're definitely not. Um, Yay, Mr. Merle, you're first. Woohoo! Caveman wave. Hello, guys. That's awesome. So if you're unfamiliar with my channel and you're just tuning in now, I come on just a few minutes early. I had a couple of little things not going right, so I'm just a tad bit late. Hello from Sharon and the Cademons. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I will be starting promptly at 2:05. So typically I have about a 5-10 minute a community chat where I get to talk to and say hello and just interact with the people that are my fans and that are my subscribers, and that is the definitely core community of what Quality Crafts and my channel is all about. So if you see anybody in blue, like Michelle, Calvert, Kelly Lees, thank you guys for coming. They are moderators. They're here to save us from the scammers and the spammers. So we're always happy when they show up. I want to say hello to Penny. Hello, Penny. And also, hello to Donna Joy and Renee. Oh, first time. Hearts for first timers. Thanks for coming. Tamitha is here. Linda here. Alice, I missed somebody. Freedom is here. Jules. Yay! We have people from the UK. We have people from, let's see, England and Georgia and, whoa, I just kind of slid some things around. I apologize if I missed your name. Sometimes I'm doing my spiel or I'm talking to somebody and that it just keeps going up and up and up and I miss a few things. So yes, hello to the fellow English. There's a lot of people from England here. Oh, that's really neat. Hi, Laura Jane. How cool. Very cool. So if you weren't sure, this is what we're making today. We're making baby wipe flowers. Now, I have been telling you forever and a day to save those baby wipes that you've been using. And sometimes you look at them and think they're not very pretty. Here's one that I think not very pretty, right? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about how pretty or how ugly you think they are. Here's one that I deem to be really pretty. Look, it's like rainbow almost, right? Rainbow colored. This one's got a lot of really gorgeous color to it. This one looks almost tie-dyed, and it's like kind of crunchy in places. I don't know what I got on here. Maybe some glue. Not gonna matter. Just pull out what you have. Oh, thank you, Sharon, for being so gracious. Oh, well, welcome, Moni. Thank you for coming. His second time. Thanks for coming. These are all what I would deem really pretty, except for that top one. I thought this is rather ugly. And we don't care. We don't care if they're ugly. We're going to turn this into something beautiful today. We're going to make flowers. I had an idea that I might be trying to make like one of my absolute favorite flowers ever. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we're going to give it a shot. So this is what you're going to need. You definitely need these. You're definitely going to need a pair of scissors. Whatever kind of scissors you have. I mean, look at all the different kind of scissors I have in my craft room. Just grab what your favorite scissors is. It really doesn't matter. Delisha Chittenden. Are you new? My gosh, I don't recognize that name. Cindy Ford is here. Kathy Champion. Thank you guys for coming. Yes, yay, first time viewers, post hearts so we know who you are. We're so happy you came. Beauty from Ashes. What did I say in the title? I said something funny, I think. Oh no, it wasn't in the title. It was in my little spiel here. Let me just put this back up again. Welcome to the epic Beauty and the Beast episode of the ugly baby wipe turning into the beautiful whatever. I hope you brought your old baby wipes because we're going to turn this trash into treasure. Here's one of the ones that I thought was super ugly, and look at how super cute it turned out. Here's one that I thought was super, super ugly, and guess what? All I did was cheat and add some spray. So if you've got sprays laying around, if you've got inks laying around, anything that you have. Today I'm going to be using a bunch of dilutions as long as they're not clogged because I haven't used these in forever. I got these on sale at Joann's eons ago. But these work. Any kind of sprays you have. You can change the color of them. That's why I'm saying don't worry if they're ugly. Ooh, I got to turn off the heater in here. It has been so cold here and the wind has just been howling. If we be really quiet, you might even actually be able to hear it. Oh, Jules is new and Crafting and Aunt Petunia are new. Wait, let me go back up. Renee Stevens, thank you for coming. Who else we have? We have a couple of newbies today. That's so cool. Hi, Mildred. So we've got one more minute. I always start at 5 minutes after the hour because I really like to connect with you guys as a community. And thank you guys for coming out and doing this kind of thing. It's super fun. Here's another one that I think is sort of ugly. It's got a lot of green in it, but this might turn out to be the leaves that we make because not only do we not flowers, but we need leaves to go with it. So here's the project that I created. Let me just bump this red. I don't know if you guys can see. Nope, you guys can't see that red line, so it won't matter. This is the project that I made beforehand. I try to make something ahead of time so you can see what it's going to turn out like. And you see the leaves? So sometimes you need some that are, you know, this kind of green color or whatever, maybe an uglier, what you deem an uglier color to make something that's going to turn into the leaves. And then I added a bunch of shiny stuff and whatnot. And I'll show you what those things are as we go along. So it's 2:05. Yay! Oh, hi, Judy. Lucky is listening. Hi, Lucky. Hey, boy. It's a good boy. Okay, let us get started. I'm going to show you the easiest way first, and then I'm going to go, oh, hey, Vicky, and then I'm going to go through some more creative ways, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out what I think is maybe my prettiest one, the one that I really like. I really like this one. I think this one's really pretty. It's got a lot of different colors on it. It's going to be a real light one, and we're not going to spray this one. I'm just going to show you how I make them. Now, depending on how big or little you want your flower, that's how many times you're going to fold it over. Now, if I fold this over, right now I've got one layer here, so that's 2 layers, and if I fold this over, I'm going to make them kind of even. One more time, I'll have 3 layers, which means I'll have 3 layers of flowers. Most of the flowers that I did had 3 or 4 layers. Okay, so this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4. This one has 4. This one I think only has 3. Oh no, I'm wrong, 4. So maybe I did mostly go 4. So let's say we were going to use 4 layers. I'm going to get 6 out of this. And then I can always mix and match later. But the first thing you're going to do is just cut out flowers. We didn't have any flooding here in Madison where I'm from. But I sure do hope that if you guys had flooding that you're okay. Michelle, I love it. Happy dance. Let's get this party started. Happy dance. Oh, did he perk up, Judy? That's so fun. I just love that. Poor little doggy. If you're wondering who I'm going, oh, just a good boy. If you're wondering, it's Judy's dog, Lucky, because he's in a cage next to her. I can't remember if he's sick or, but the poor little guy, he has to watch the crafting show with us because he's right next to Judy. I have a soft spot in my heart for dogs. I've never had one. I think they're really hard to take care of compared to cats, only because, you know, I like to be able to do and go and do and not have to let the cats can go do their business and I can clean them whenever I get around to it, that kind of thing. But I do have a soft spot in my heart for dogs. I think I love little dogs. They're just so adorable. I love big dogs too. It's just that I'm afraid of dogs. I'm seriously afraid of dogs. So all I'm doing is I'm just cutting these into circles, as you can see. And the way I got the layers, how, you know, the smaller versus the larger layers is I just took and just cut them smaller or bigger depending on how I wanted to look. So this is a very, very super personalized, unique way to make something that correlates directly with whatever project that you guys are making. You don't have to do it exactly my way is what I'm saying. Now, I really like this one. That's pretty. So I might want to take this one because it's got such lovely colors in it and make this one a little bit smaller. Now, it's going to look even better if, do you see how I'm just kind of wiggling this around here and like a wing here? That if your edges aren't exactly perfectly round, it's going to look even cooler because as you can tell, do you see how they've kind of just shriveled up? They're going to shrivel up in different ways. They're not always going to look the same, that kind of thing. So this is what I'm just saying. This one's going to show on top of this one. Do you see how I'm making the decision on where I want my colors to show? So if you're having a hard time with, bringing you in just a tad, if you're having a hard time figuring out where to put these, that's what you want to do. Lay these out. Check out where your colors fall. Maybe you want, ooh, like that one's really pretty. Look at that. I might save that for another one that goes on top. Maybe I want to make this one just a little bit smaller so that I've got one that goes in the middle on the top. You know what? I completely forgot to pull out all of the brads, but you know, everything in my crafting room is real nearby, so we'll just take a second to pop over there and grab a couple. No problem. I really like those colors, that color. And then maybe this one, you know, not so colorful. Maybe that one's just going to get pumped right on the bottom. That way I've got 4. I've got 2 left over that I can use for another thing. So I'm just going to set them on the side. Oh, Jamie's got a spoiled mini schnauzer. A German Shepherd Vicky has. Susan has 2 Labradors. My goodness, there's a lot of dog lovers in here. So if you go online and check out Diane, oh, I knew I was going to forget her name. Diane, dang me. I got all these really fun colorful brads from her. I don't know if she still sells them, but I just went ahead and went crazy and bought a whole bunch of different ones so that I could pick and choose like what color I wanted to put with what. I think that this one, because there's a little bit of orange but not a lot, would look really cool with this like orangey red in the middle. Okay, so like let's say maybe I don't want it that dark. Maybe I want it to be a blue. That one looks even better. Maybe because there's a little bit of purple in there, I want to pull out a purple and see how that would look. The purple and the blue look fantastic, but the blue really stands out, so I'm going to go with that. If you don't have colored brads like this, oh, Krista made it! Yay! We're so happy you made it too. Thanks for coming. If you don't have brads like this, if you just have silver or gold, you can take your brad, okay? I'll probably do this in another video. I'm sure I've done it in other videos in the past, but just to give some of you guys beginners of like, I don't have all that fun stuff, put it on the end of a tweezer like this so that you don't burn yourself. Dip it into your Versamark, okay? It's just a clear ink. You dip it into there. You get it wet, and then you dip this into whatever color embossing powder you have. And then you emboss it, and you just change the color of it. So easy, so fun, really cool. So that's a hot tip that you can take away today, in case you didn't know that. Now, if you don't have that, but you have silver ones, and you have, let me think, markers like alcohol markers, or alcohol inks, or daubers, you can just dauber that color on and then give it a chance to dry. Okay? Ooh, one really cool thing would be that after you're totally done, you've got your project like this and you have this, you could put some glitter glue on there too, and that would make them shiny in the middle. Really cool. So you guys go ahead, go crazy, get wild, make really fun stuff. the whole point is you don't have to do it like I do. Like, how boring would that be if every time you came, I said, well, now you have to cut this at exactly 2.3 inches. And this one has to be exactly 2.5 inches. And this one has to be exactly, I'll wait 10 minutes while you figure that out. Oh my gosh, like you guys would never come back, right? Art is so individualized, and you don't even have to have this pokey tool. Take whatever you have, the edge of your scissors, maybe the pointer of your tweezer, whatever you have, something that's sharp, and make a hole in the middle. And the reason why I'm saying this is because sometimes these are really tough. I don't know how thick or thin your baby wipes are, but you need a little hole in the middle to get these started going through, because sometimes they're really hard to get through those 4 layers of baby wipes. Or you can put them through 1 layer at a time, but I'm too lazy. I like to do all 4. Then you go ahead right here and just spread out that brad in the back so that it holds all the layers together. And now the magic happens. Now all we're going to do is turn on our heat gun. And I'm just moving things out of the way because I don't want things blowing around like the hurricane of wind that was like coming past my window last night. I like literally bleeped. I said something unkindly when the wind was whipping past my window. Like it sounded like the Wizard of Oz. I literally said that. I was like, the Wizard of Oz is taking me away today. We're just going to use this. You're going to want something to hold this, okay, while you're doing it. One really easy way to do this with would be to just use your reverse tweezers, and by that I mean when you're not using them, they stay shut for you, but when you squeeze them, they open. So squeeze and open, let it go so it hangs onto the brad in the back, and then you can hold it like this so that when you're heating it like this. Oh, a needle, good idea. You guys are brilliant. Blah, blah, got some. I do have cats. Every once in a while there's a hair here or a hair there. And we're going to blow dry this so that it starts to crinkle up like this one. Now maybe in your mind you're going, wow, Jen, that's really ugly. Please don't tell me that. It hurts my feelings. But if you don't like them crinkled up that far, then don't crinkle that far. If you look at that and go, wow, that really could totally be crinkled, like I can't be everyone's goddess. You be your own goddess, okay? Or God, depending on, you know. I'm not trying to be a blasphemer. I'm just saying you are special in your own right, and if you don't like the way I do it, you change it the way that you love it, because it's your art, and you are the one that is going to feel happy on the inside when it turns out exactly the way you want. I'm just saying there's a lot of room for play here, guys. A lot of room. So let's go. You won't be hearing a lot from me because I'm going to have this loud blower on, and I'm just going to keep playing with it until I really, really like it, okay? Let me back you out just a tad because I have a habit. I have a habit of going out of frame. Okay, there we go. Ready? Oh, do you see it? Oh, look, do you see it? They're starting to like curl up like that. This would make a really cool poppy if you have red ones. So we might spray one. No, I don't have red. I have a very bright pink. But this one I cut different. We'll talk about that later. While it's still warm, sometimes you can just pull them up. I really, really shrunk that one on the bottom. You can sometimes pull them up and reheat them back into a different shape. Play around with it. They're always a little bit different. But oh, look at that. I really like the way that one turned out. That one is, and I'll show. Whoo, I wish I had a t-shirt on. It's really warm in here now. Seems like when I'm creating and turning on this heat gun, it really, really blasts us. Look at how they turned out, very much different than all the other ones. Every time you heat them, so this is not a precise art. So if you have OCD, I'm not sure. Oh, Bling It On Pat says, if the wizard takes our Jen, she is headed for heaven. Oh dear. I'm not so sure about that. I do believe. I do. I do believe in Jesus, and I do believe I'm going to heaven, but I wouldn't brag about it. Because you never know. Oh, hey, Jill. Jill from Waukesha's here. Oh, look at that. It got just a little bit smaller and a little bit curlier. I love that. Okay, now if you don't like doing it this way, let's say you want to do each layer one at a time because you want it to look a little bit more specific. Oh no, they were dry when we started, Diane. Totally dry. They look just like this. When we start, they're dry. They came from big sheets like this, and these are all dry, all used, all dried up, okay? I don't see why you couldn't use them if they're still a little bit damp, but just be careful. Is Penny still here? Sometimes when I don't see people's names like pop up, I just wonder. Cheers, guys. So that is so cute. I really like this one. Let's do another one. I've got a couple here. I'm going to need a few more. Actually, you know what? Let's move these to the side. I can use those later. I really want to use this purple one. And because it's purple, I'm going to stick with the purple, and I'm going to use one of these purple brads. If you want to use other things to connect yours, go ahead and do that. I just really like brads. Are just easy. They're easy to find. They're easy to, you know, all that good stuff. So this is the one that feels kind of crunchy. I must have like wiped some. I wiped a little glitter on here. Looks like maybe some glue. That's all right. It doesn't matter. They're all going to turn out super, super cool. So let's just go ahead. I folded mine 3 times, so I'm going to get 6 of them out. And then I'm going to cut my circles. So if you missed the beginning, I'm just starting over right here, right now. And making our circles. And I'm not measuring because ain't nobody got time for that. And actually, the worse you are at making circles, the better your flowers will turn out because they're going to get all crinkled up anyway. So it really doesn't matter how good you are at cutting circles or how bad or whatever. Laura Jane says, I'm working with Distress Oxides just now, making some backgrounds, using baby wipes to clean up. The baby wipes seem to dry quickly with a heat gun. Ooh, I'm sure they do. So you can use some of those, right? Hi, Linda. Did you save your baby wipes, girl? I hope you did. Because we're having a good old time here. There's probably a gazillion other ideas that you can use with these and shapes and things and whatever. But just for today, I'm focusing on just making flowers. And excuse me, I want to do one. This is 3 layers. Maybe let's just do. I'll cut this one and make one more layer for the middle, a smaller one. But like I cut the other one that I'm going to show you in just a second. Remember you saw this one that I showed you? I cut this. Do you see that? Like in 4ths or 5ths or whatever. And then I put the heat gun on it and it shriveled up some. And I sprayed it. And look, like underneath there's still some white. And that gives it a really unique look. Because when you put it on your project, you're still going to see some of that white and you're still going to see some of that pink. And I didn't shrivel this one quite as heavily as I did the other ones, but you can tell I used a green center and that pink spray kind of stayed on there. And so it's got a really kind of iridescent purple green look. I don't know, it's kind of cool. But this is one that I went off the beaten path, thought outside the box and just made something a little bit different, and I want to try that here. So I'm going to put these together like this, and I'm going to do, actually I think I'm going to clip these together first. So I'm going to stick my sticky tool through here if you've got pins or whatever else. Will die cuts cut through baby wipes? I don't see why not. I believe they would. That would be awesome. That way, if you've got, like, you don't want to cut out circles, if you want to cut out die cuts of flowers you have, ooh, I've got a Tim Holtz die cut. That'd be really cool. Okay, so now I've got one here, very uneven or whatever. I'm going to do this one kind of like I did this one. Let me just kind of put a couple of these in frame here. This is the one that we just did. So cute. I'm going to cut, like, just go crazy and cut, cut, cut. And then I have to be careful because there's Brad back there, and I just bumped right into it. I'm going to do all kinds of cuts on this one and see how this one turns out. I really like the color of this. It's kind of pink. It's kind of purple. It's kind of pinkle. There we go. So look at that. Like let's put the heat gun on that baby and see what happens. I mean, it's got to turn out cool, right? Oh, super duper, Laura. You're drying as we go, so if there are dirty wipes laying around, yeah, you can. No, don't put them in the bin. Make flowers out of them. Spray them with sprays if they're ugly. That's the whole point, right? My heat gun is actually plugged in too, so remind me at the end, all of you wonderful people who knows that I leave that on always, to shut my glue gun off so I don't burn the house down. Let's go. Let's do this one. You ready? Smells kind of funky when you heat them. So if you are very, very health conscious, if you have issues with your lungs or anything like that already, don't heat yours as much, because you're definitely gonna smell a smell. Oh, I love the way this one turned out. It's hiding, look right here, it's hiding the brad, but they curled up so much that it just became like an enclosed little floopy flower. Oh my gosh, look how cute that is. I totally love that one. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to make a project out of that. That's gonna be really cute. I'm gonna try one like that without putting it on the brad first. So I'm cutting in and trying to save a hole right in the middle. So if I do want to put it on a brad, I can. And I'm gonna bend it. I'm gonna put it together, kind of like, you know, push it together here. And then I'm going to pinch the end of it so that all the little danglies went to one end. Do you see that? And I'm going to heat this and see how this turns out. And be careful not to touch your tweezers when you do that, because those are going to be hot. But look at that. They all stuck together up like that. So now you could take this one and you could put this one on a card, maybe like sideways, like next to one. So that's like not quite blossomed flower. So then you could put them together like that. You could put it with this one, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that is a really fun idea. I like that one. This one blew away because it's really light. Now I was talking earlier about making flowers, leaves out of the green ones. So I've got this one that is very, very much green. It's got, other colors in it too, but very much green. So I'm going to use this one to make my leaves. That way I can just, when I put my projects together, I've got a bunch of leaves and stuff. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and just roll this a couple of times and see how many, nope, I want to do it again. I think I'm just going to do it in halvesies. I want to try to get as many as I can out of this. There we go. And they're going to shrink up a little bit, so I'm going to cut it in half. I thought about doing it in thirds, but they're going to shrink, so I'm going to cut them in half and make them a little bit bigger than I normally would. And same with the flowers. If you're not good at making leaf shapes, so what? Because they're going to shrink up and shrivel up however they desire to do so. You don't really have any control over that, so it doesn't matter. Now I've got a whole bunch of, I just did my fingernails in purple last night, but my fingers are kind of dry, so these are like sticking to my fingers. Looks like I missed the edge a little bit, but I'm going to show you. Look at that, it's stuck to my dry hands. I'm going to show you how many I got and what they look like. This one didn't quite make it. I'll cut that one. And then we'll do more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 out of each side. So I got 12 out of just that one baby wipe. That's pretty good. So if you're making a project that's, shabby chic, maybe you want pink leaves. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the boss of you. I'm not the boss of your art. You're the boss of your art because you're the artist. So if you're watching this video, maybe this is the very first video of mine you've ever watched and you're like, wow, that stinks. This happens to be what comes out of me when I make my art. You might take the idea and run with it and make it something completely different and totally your own. Don't discount other artists just because you don't like what you see in the first video or the 5th video or whatever. As long as you're getting value from the video, you're learning new things, and the content is literally valuable to you. You don't have to like everything they make. But dang, some of those people out there have the coolest ideas. And that is what my video niche is really about, is about making art and creating things easy enough that the beginner can do it, but ideas enough that the advanced crafter can take it and run it with it on their own. Okay, so that's where I lie in the YouTube niche. And my channel is called Jen Evers because it's easy to remember. That's who I am. Even though everyone calls me Jen Evers, I still love ya. And we're connected to Quality Crafts. So if you look down at the bottom here where it says Quality Crafts, that's because I have a website. So if you're a budget-minded person and you're looking for inexpensive sticky tape or HEG tape, little glue bottles like this, things that you're looking for, you might want to go over to qualitycrafts.com and see what's hanging around there. I also have a Quality Crafts Facebook that everyone is totally invited to. I would love to see more people joining in there. It's a non-drama, non-commitment place, totally fun, full of inspiration, and we never expect you to join in on everything, and we're not going to boot you out if you're not doing whatever it is that we say you should be doing. It doesn't matter to us. If you're a person like me with a chronic disease, you have bad days. So maybe that month you don't participate. I'm not going to hunt you down. I don't have any people that are going to hunt you down. We might say, where are you? we love you and we hope you're okay. That's what community is all about. So if you're into art and community, join us at qualitycrafts.com. No, join us at Quality Crafts on Facebook for the community. Join us on qualitycrafts.com. That's where you can find the things that I sell. I try to keep it budget friendly, but as you know, when you watch my videos, there'll always be different ways that you can do things that'll fit into where you are in your personal budget. So let's make a few of these leaves, because I think I've been talking enough. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, one tip I have. Ooh, I burnt my... I try not to do these on the table because, like I said, I have plastic under here. I moved all of my filming over to here, and it's really a bummer because the plastic table underneath, instead of the wood table that I used to have, so much better. But one tip I'm going to just give you is don't heat these until they curl up into like no man's land. All right, I'm going to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. This one, like, if you like the look of that, like, that's fine. But I stopped so that I could have a little bit wider of a leaf. So when I put that on there, it's still going to look like a big leaf. Do you see that? Sometimes you're going to want big leaves. Sometimes you're going to want little leaves. So if I want that big leaf, I'm going to save it. And the wind is just blowing all this stuff around. Oh, I'm going to grab something real quick. And some of you guys are already shouting, Jen, grab your self-heating mat, you ding-dong. I heard ya. I have ESPN right here. I heard ya. I'm going to hold this down here and I'm going to make another one. Oh, it's so fun to watch them curl up, isn't it? I get joy from the little things. That one turned out super cool. Look at that. Now, if you want to take markers and draw on these or whatever, you know, feel free. Make it your own. I don't want to. I just really like the real natural look that I get when I make these. So let's make a couple more. These are really fun. Super fun. Where are we? Do we have time? Okay, we're only like halfway through. Cool, because I want to make a card yet. If you missed the beginning, oh, the tip came out. Tip, oh, stay out. I like to see the tip, so I'm going to push the tip out. If you are new, if you missed the beginning of our video here, I just want to say that these do make a smell, okay? So if you're sensitive, if you have chronic diseases, especially related to the heart, lungs, that kind of thing, breathing issues, you might want to only shrink it a little bit so that it doesn't bring out the smell. Maybe open up a window, do this where you've got a lot of air going through. I've never had any ill effects, but it's not like I'm doing this 8 hours a day, 6-7 days a week. You know, I'm only doing them a few minutes here and there, so I'm not worried. But I do like to say stuff like that just in case, you know, keep in mind that kind of thing. You know your health better than I do, right? Stink pot. Ooh, that one smelled. Okay. I have a lot of leaves here. I'm going to make a few more just because I want to have a couple to pick from when I make the card with you. We'll make a card. This was a tag. This was the tag that I made. There's some really fun, what was this? These are the Nouveau drops. I've got silver ones here and like the clear whatever. This is like some glitter stuff that I had that I glue gunned on. And that's about it. And that's just a piece of paper, piece of cardstock made into a tag. Gorgeous, right? Would you ever look at this and go, wow, that was made out of a stinky old baby wipe that I had hanging on the edge of my garbage can? No, you never would, right? Oh, it's time for a dance. Holy cow, we almost hit 70. Almost 70. Almost 70. Let's do the 70 dance. Yay, thank you for coming. Hearts for you. Okay, let's make another leaf because these are super fun. Dancing, not my greatest thing, but I do like it. That's a cool one. Oh, so I think I'm just getting better at it, right? Practice makes perfect. How many leaves do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we might need a couple more. In frame, Jen. In frame. Excellent. Christy Essen says she is sensitive, so she opened up a window to be safe. Doesn't seem to be an issue, she said, but you never know. Like, I live in Wisconsin. I almost said I live in winter because basically it feels like winter here is 12 months a year. It's not really. It just feels like it. Something that just popped into my brain. July 1st of this year, we are doing a virtual crop, which means no matter where you are, you can sit in your jammies, tune in, and we're all gonna like make stuff together. Like pretend we're in the same room at tables. You bring in, you have your own supplies, you're doing your own thing. Maybe somebody's making cards, somebody's doing some sewing or some crocheting, somebody might be doing layout, somebody might be doing tags. Whatever it is that you do, July 1st, that Saturday, all day into the night. I mean, who knows how late we'll go? Depends on how late we stay up. You're welcome to come. We have an actual one that's going to be physical here in Madison where I live. So if you live nearby or you want to make the trip, we would love to have people come. I only have room for 10 people to come to the physical one. I will have kits for a Christmas in July kit that I'm putting out. I'm going to have a limited amount that I can sell to the people that are coming physically and people to pre-order that are coming virtually, and that's going to be coming out, but please give me some time. I'm having a little trouble with my wholesaler. I hate to say that. I should have ordered and made sure everything was here, but I'm a little bit new on this choo-choo train, so I'm going to get it going. No worries. For those of you who are like, wow, $25 is way too high for me. I get it. Budget Friendly is my name. I'm going to give you a list of everything we're using. That way you can go to the dollar store. You can go to your local thrift stores. You can dig through your stash. You can pull out everything that sort of matches what we're going to be using, and you can join in too. That way it's available to everyone. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do that class as just like it's that class and that crop for the day and then it's gone, poof, over with, or if I'm gonna archive that as well as a regular video and then you can use your kit and come back and probably, yeah, that makes the most sense, doesn't it, right? Sometimes when you talk out loud, things just make more sense. So I still have a whole bunch of these scraps that I'm saving because of course I'm not gonna just stop today. I'm gonna probably make more, right? So let me back you out. Bum, 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 bum. And move that out of the way. Bring in the flowers that we've made and our leaves. And this like half flower, I like that. I might make some more of those too. That's really cute. And this one that we first made. And these are the ones that, this is the one that I made before. We're going to make something sort of like this, but it's going to be probably a card. So I will make a card base here. And, oh, you know what? I did not spray one today, but I think you kind of get the gist of that. You would take your dilution or your homemade spray or whatever. I think I should have probably linked my homemade sprays. If you look up homemade sprays, Jen Evers, you probably find a video on how to make your own sprays. You just make your circles or take your whole piece like this if you want. Take your whole dry baby wipe and just spray it. We'll do that. We will. I have to do it because otherwise you're going to be like, well, that was silly, Jen. Okay. Nature calls. If you need an extra drink, if you need a potty break, or if you just are sick to death of me and you just need to get out of here, we're going to take a 2-minute break right here. I'm going to put up the baby wipe screen. Ta-da! This is what we're making today. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Thanks for joining me. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Is anybody there? Here I am. Thanks for waiting, guys. I hope you got a drink or you went to the bathroom or you did whatever you needed to do. Blow your nose, pick your nose. I don't know what you're doing. Cheers. Thanks for joining me today. Oh, good. We only lost one person. We are going to continue on with using the flowers that we made from the baby wipes that we've had. And I am going to pull out my spray box and show you how you can spray your own and make it your own color to specifically match your project. So let me just move these guys out of the way. And you can see my very, very, very well-loved spray box. See that? This is one of those ones that you can get from, I don't know where, but like I got this from, I think from a yard sale or something. They were practically just giving them away, so I grabbed a couple. I would highly suggest you take any kind of a box that you get from shipping, or from maybe if you shop at Aldi, you can just pick up a box and take it with you. Cut half of it off and use it that way. Super cheap, okay? So I'm going to put it here so that you can see this. And this is where I'm going to put my baby wipe. And I'm going to take the one that I thought that was probably like the ugliest. Do you remember this one? See that? It looks like I'm really in frame. I hope that looks good. Oh, thank you, Kelly Lise, for the the welcome back. You know, sometimes nature calls and you just have to go. So, yep. Let's see. I really like this color, so let's try this one. This is Vibrant Turquoise. Ink spray by Delusions, made by Ranger. Oh my lord, that's like super, super dark. Woo-wee! There we go. Now we're, okay, now we're getting the hang of it. We're getting the hang of it. That's really pretty. I don't want to get too soaking wet, right? Because that would be crazy. Oh, and I already did one that was kind of purple. So let's go with this one. This one is called Cherry Pie by Delusions, made by Ranger. So let me spray it on the back first. Oh, wow, this is just out of control. This is super fun, you guys. I really wish I had a yellow. Oh, I'm looking up there. No, I don't have yellow. Do I have a homemade yellow? You guys, I know I made a homemade spray video at some point. I apologize that I don't have a link right now. It just didn't really dawn on me. But I do have some of these little sprayers. Look, look. I have a yellow. I can't remember what I made these with. It was either paint or alcohol inks or whatever, mixed with a little bit of alcohol. And then you just put them into these little sprayers, and sometimes they get clogged. So let's just see, is this one gonna work? It still works. Look, yellow. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at the fun colors it's turning that. Okay. Yeah, alcohol. Yeah, there's some alcohol in there. I can just hear some of my friends right now going, Jennifer, quit sniffing the alcohol. Just quit it. What's wrong with you? This is going to be a little wet right now for obvious reasons. So, I'm going to pull out, because, yeah, we want to use this. Are you kidding me? Oop! I'm just going to spray this real quick with a, oh, look, all the ink is coming off. With the spray gun. We'll heat it up. Just heat it. Just heat it. Heat it. Woo! Just heat it. All right. We don't want to squinch it up, you know. We don't want to get all curly and crazy. Oh, I got ink all over the place. Let's do a little bit from this side. Excuse me, guy. I really, oh, not too bad. Oh yeah, look, see, still wet. Still wet! It's okay, I have more baby wipes. Have you heard the myth that if you use baby wipes on your clear and rubber stamps, that eventually it will ruin your stamps? I've been using baby wipes on my stamps for almost 20 years. We could probably less exaggerate that to at least 15 years for sure. And my stamps are fine. Okay. No, still wet. Maybe I just added way too much spray. While we finish the card, we're just going to set this aside and let it dry. Sometimes when the pot's not being looked at, it boils a lot faster. Get my drift? So we're going to set it there. We're going to use our color. Oh, you know what? I can use that one to soak up some more of this ink that I got on here. Look at that. And now I've got another whole baby wipe started up there. Let's make a card. How much time do we have? Oh my gosh, only 9 minutes? I wasted all that time? We could do it. If I could do a 5-minute card every Wednesday, we can put together a card in 10. Trust me. I just have to make a card base. Uno momento, por favor. Ta-da! I'm just making sure that's not all wet and inky, because then my card would be all wet and inky. Alright. Hey, I just had a thought. We could do something really creative right now. We could... What can we get out of this? Could we get this to make something on the... Could we get this to transfer the color onto our paper, onto our background? Let's try it. I don't know. Oh, look at that. We got a little color on there. All right. Let's do this side. I don't know why we got little dots. That was odd. But all I'm doing is like squeezing the ink out onto the paper, right? Whatever's left on there. Oh my, look at that. I must have really went crazy with the teal. That's like really, really dark, and I'm not really liking it. Nope, not everything we do can turn out totally fabulous, right? Good thing when you cut a piece of paper to make a card base, you'll always get two. And just in case I have ink all over this, I'm just going to quickly use that same baby wipe. Get that ink off of there so I can start another one. A lot of this is stained. A lot of this will never come off. No big deal. She said, Jen, lay a dry wipe on the wet one. That is a good idea. But then I would have to mess up one of my dry ones. I don't know if I want to mess one up. Let me see if I got one that's not quite colorful. Because you see how colorful these are? I don't really want to give up one of my really pretty ones. I think we could probably sacrifice this one. Let's sacrifice this one. We're running out of time to make the card, though. Just saying. I know you diehards will stick around. There's the wet one on top of the dry one. Let's do this. Let's roll it together. Dun, dun. I mean, why not? We can do whatever we want, right? I don't know where that comes from. Have you ever had that? Like, oh, what are you doing today? Whatever I want. Gosh. I have a gal that asks me all the time, and she's probably watching today, and I can't remember who it was. Is it Linda? Is it you, Linda? Where she always goes, what are you doing tomorrow, Jen? And I always go, whatever I want. Oh, I love it, Tracy. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm glad I rolled this up because this is gonna make it a lot less messy, right? This should really dry this up, right? We could spray some water and dilute it. We could. But let's try this. I love all your ideas. It's not that I'm ignoring you. I'm totally not. I'm just trying to keep time. Flip my hair a few more times because I know there's a few people in the audience that love it. Love it. Love it like crazy. Oh, look. Look, it made that even more pretty. Oh, Tracy, you're a genius. Look at that. And this is like almost dry now. This is stained. Don't think that's coming off. It's almost dry. But we're not going to get a chance to use that, unfortunately. But we can make a card with what we have, so let's do that. Because we only have a few minutes left. Like, exactly 5. Put me to the test, people. Put me to the test. Let's use one of the ones we did with our exploding, what do you call it, stuff? Our color bombs. This one is still coming off just a little bit. Let me spray it with my hairspray one more time. Just in case. And put that down. Uh-oh, glue gun. Where are you, glue gun? I found it. Let's make a quickie card in 5 minutes, shall we? Then we'll do a little review. I'll do my little spiel. And then we can all go off to our own little lands and do what we need to do for the day. What do you guys do after you're done here? Like, do you have like mega chores you have to do? Do you have kids you have to go look after? Do you have meals you have to cook? Are you going grocery shopping? Or do you have the day to yourself? I'm just curious. Let's put in the thing, like, when I'm done watching Jenny Evers today, I'm going to what? Cheers! And a big old whoop-de-doo and a flip for y'all. Let's see, which ones do we want to use? Oh, this one matches perfectly. Look at that. I'm really glad I brought my heat gun. Not my heat gun, my glue gun. Oh, no. Well, no. This looks like this flower was meant to be there, and the stuff went right out from the flower. This is amazing. See, now you might be looking at it going, yeah, right. Weirdo. But, oh, okay, so what we got? No working of any kind on Sundays. Yes. Oh, go to sleep because it's late there for Susan. Wait for me to make another video. I love that. Take a nap. Do laundry. Skype with my best friend. When I'm done, I love how you guys can put in Jen Evers in orange. How are you doing that? That's so cool. Mildred says when she's done watching, she's going to go craft. So now I'm just going to use my glue gun to put these on here, obviously, because we're going to finish up this card because we've got 2 minutes left. You guys got me all yak attack here. I'm going to have to put a little bit on that back side of these leaves, too, because I didn't push them in far enough to make that work. I do want them to stick out some, you know? You know what I mean, Vern? You know what I mean? How many of you guys know, woo, that's hot. That went right through that brad. Be very careful, you guys. Don't burn yourself. Apparently, if you use glue, it goes right through metal, like through butter. Whatever I want. That's right, Linda. What are you doing today? Whatever I want. How many of you guys know where the quote, "Oh, what did I," comes from? I want to know. Tell me if you know. This is so cute, just how it is. I love this. And I made it. I made it with a minute to spare. I got a 5-minute card done. Look at that. I think this is so cute. Some of you guys might not think so, but I do like cast cards. Cast cards, CAS, clean and simple. That is really pretty. So let's do the end of the video dance here. Not literal dance. We're all done dancing. Some of you guys are like thankful for that. I lost my little thing for this. Oh, there it is. Underneath my glue gun. Oh, I need to clean this craft room, you guys. How many of you guys were on? Oh, did anybody figure out where that quote was? I'm looking real quick. Oh, what a lie. Holy Hannah, it's blasted hot in here. Oh, unplug the glue gun, Jen. Who told me to say that? Who said that? I unplugged the glue gun. The house is safe. Alright, so supplies and things like that you can get over at qualitycrafts.com. I also have affiliate links to things that I love from Amazon that I know you'll love too. If you link on them and purchase from that link, I get credit for that, which is really cool. If you're going to buy it anyway, why not? If you can find it somewhere cheaper, we're all budget friendly, do so. And then let us know where you got it. So here are some of the things that we created today from our used baby wipes. We started off with baby wipes that look like this, right? We folded them up. Da-da-da. Oh, my hands are dry. But I gotta put a little lotion on there. A little lotion up. What a quote. Where did it come from? Oh, what a lie. Thank you, Tiana. I unplugged the glue gun. We folded these up. We cut them into circles. We got circles like this. We put them together with a brad. We heated them with the heat gun. They shriveled up like this. They made gorgeous flowers. And then we made some really cool stuff with them. Trash into treasure. Beauty into... Beast into beauty. What am I talking about, crazy old lady? Beast into beauty. It's awesome. The quote, oh, what a lie, comes from The Labyrinth. The movie The Labyrinth, one of my ultimate favorite movies ever. Oh, and we did spray one too. So in case you have one that's not colorful enough, we sprayed this one with Dilution sprays. That turned out so pretty. I just love that. Perfect. It was a 4-minute card. Woo! Go me! All right, let's see. We mentioned qualitycrafts.com. We also mentioned Quality Crafts over on Facebook. Join us for a non-commitment, non-drama, just super fun time. Challenges, swaps, and just inspiration all over the place there. We'd love to have you. Thank you for everyone who came. I hope that you enjoyed this and that you take this to the next level in any way that you need to for the artist that you are. And I cannot wait to see you guys next video.